Hello, everybody, and welcome. It's been a while since my last video like this. So let's get straight onto it. Boom, 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 boom. My idea with this is to start making videos to showcase and share with you all these new apps and stuff that I'm finding in the crypto, blockchain, Web3 universe. And I want to start with one that I found very recently. I've been using it for less than a week, and it's quite new. So I think it's very exciting. And usually these kind of platforms, they offer, how can I say, they reward early adopters the most. So every time I find a platform that is new, I get very excited because the chances to earn the most rewards, if I can say it like that, are the highest. And this one in particular, I find extremely interesting. So let's jump straight to it. It's called Blindex. The domain is blindex.io. Now, Blindex is a combination from the word blind and dex. Dex is usually, that's what they call exchanges. So where you go to trade assets. And blind is because this particular exchange, it's focused on currencies. So they're creating different kinds of currencies, mainly stable coins. So let's jump into the app and I will show you. So this is how it shows when you first join in. And you'll see they have the BD EU. So this is a stable coin with the euro. So one of these ones will be worth €1. Right now they're worth 1.005. So as you can see, they're a little bit volatile, but less than a cent. So that's pretty good. And they have the US one, VD US. So far, these are the only two stable coins that they have. Like I said, this is extremely new. It's only a couple of months old, even though it has been on testnet for over a year. So it's new in the market, but it has a lot of work put into it. And the website works amazingly. And yeah, so the idea, they want to create like a Forex trading exchange where you can move from one currency to the other. So eventually they want to add like the Canadian dollar, the Australian dollar, New Zealand, the pound, the Brazil real. They want to add all the different currencies. So you can be able to move from one to the other. The really cool thing is that the assets backing the stable coins are Bitcoin and Ethereum. So that means that they are being backed by decentralized assets. So these are, in essence, stable coins backed by decentralized assets, which means that they are much more resistant to government influence, or like we're seeing now that it happened in different instances. For example, we have the trackers in Canada, which were raising dollars, and the government made it very hard for them to actually get that money. Or we're even seeing it now in Russia, where they're being excluded from the global financial system. And unfortunately, this is starting to be more of an issue for more people. So stuff like Blindex will actually help those who are being excluded, or those who don't have access to the full financial system. It's a way to keep using dollars and euros, even when certain forces don't want you to. No, let's just leave it like that. So I think it's pretty incredible. People have been talking about stable coins collateralized by Bitcoin for a while. And to my knowledge, this is the first time that I actually see it working, because the app is already, like the system is already up and it works, and you can use it with no problem. It runs on the RSK blockchain. The RSK is a side chain of Bitcoin. So it is run parallel to Bitcoin, and the mining is done by the Bitcoin miners. So all the fees that the RSK blockchain accrues goes to the Bitcoin miners. So they are, in essence, making Bitcoin mining more profitable, which means people can spend more resources on it, which in essence makes it stronger and more robust and harder to attack. So that is all amazing. The currency that the RSK blockchain uses to pay for fees is called RBTC, and it is the value. It's 100% correlated with Bitcoin. So it's pretty much like a mirror of Bitcoin. It's not exactly Bitcoin, but it mirrors it. So if the price of Bitcoin goes up, the RBTC will follow, and the same if the price goes down. So that's why it's a side chain of Bitcoin. It's not the main chain of Bitcoin, but it runs on parallel, and it uses Bitcoin mining, and it rewards Bitcoin mining too. So it's amazing. It's basically a way of making Bitcoin gain all the attributes that Ethereum has, because RSK is EVM compatible, which means EVM is Ethereum virtual machine. So all the code that you're running on Ethereum, in theory, you can run it on the RSK blockchain, which uses Bitcoin mining and all the Bitcoin infrastructure, which is way more decentralized and way more resilient than Ethereum. So you're sort of gaining the advantages of both worlds. You're gaining the strength of Bitcoin and the operability of Ethereum. This is something, at least to me, is one of the projects that I'm most excited about, the RSK Bitcoin sidechain. And it's quite new. There's not a lot of dApps being built on it, but I believe that this in the future is gonna change. I believe it's gonna attract more. And the ones that I'm seeing now, I am very much excited. Something like Blindex, it's amazing because you can have fully decentralized stablecoins. You know, a lot of people don't wanna invest or don't wanna hold Bitcoin. They're afraid of their volatility. You know, I am very long Bitcoin, so I have no worries in holding my Bitcoin, and when it goes down, I don't care. But for example, my girlfriend, she doesn't like it. She's afraid of the volatility. So I show her Blindex, and I tell her, look, here you can use the Bitcoin infrastructure, and you can benefit a lot from it, while at the same time keeping your funds in stable coins. So you have no volatility. And I show it to her, and she loves it. She loves it because I'll show you why. If you see on the left side of the dApp, we get all the options. So basically you can swap your assets from one to the other. So you have Bitcoin, Ethereum, the euro, the dollar. BDX is the currency of Blindex, and it is used to it is used to secure the stability of the stablecoins. Because the collateral right now is used with Bitcoin and Ethereum, there is the danger that the collateral will go down lower than the amount of stablecoins. If that happens, then BDX is sold to acquire more collateral to keep it balanced. So what you would expect is if the price of Bitcoin and Ethereum goes down substantially, then the price of BDX will go down as well, because they will need to sell BDX to keep the collateral one-to-one. On the other hand, if Bitcoin and Ethereum, the price grows, then you would have more collateral than the amount of stablecoins that you're issuing. So all that excess value is used to buy BDX. So the BDX, it's a fluctuating currency, and it's used to ensure that the collateral and the stable coins remain stable. And so far, it has been working. Even through this downtrend that we've been having in the crypto market in general, the stability of the stablecoins has been proven very, very resilient, which is amazing. So that's, and then you have the XUSD, which is another form of USD stablecoin that is not being managed by the BDX exchange, but it is allowed to be traded on it. Like I said, this is eventually all the different currencies will appear in this exchange. That's the goal. So anyway, here you can swap between all these assets. Then if you go to the liquidity pool, and here's when things get interesting, because you can, like, for example, I can add to the pool BTC and BDX, for example. You could, then you put how much you want to add. You click on, oh, sorry, I'm still on swap. You go to liquidity pool, you click BTC, BDX, and then you can add to the pool, and you can add liquidity. And once you add liquidity, you can stake it. And here, this is the part where it's very exciting, because you go to the staking, and here you have all the pools. Every time you put your assets in a pool, you have to pretty much use two assets. So it has to be 50% one asset and 50% another asset. And it has to be the same amount in dollar value, right? So if you have $1,000 and you want to put in the BTC and BDX pool, you have to put $500 worth of BTC and $500 worth of BDX. And you can put that in a pool and you can stake it. Once you stake it, which means you have to lock it for a certain amount of time, and you can't take your money out until that locking period ends. You know, you do that, and people might ask, why would I lock my money for a certain amount of time? And the answer is because you get a ton of interest if you do so. For example, right now in the RBTC pool and the BDX pool, you can get as a minimum 256% APR. I think the minimum is you have to lock it for a full year, and the maximum is, depending on the pool, you can do it for 5 years or 10. And for example, in the RBTC and BDX, if you lock it for 5 years, you get 2.5 thousand APR. Now I know that these numbers look crazy. It looks like not real, right? And there is a reason. And you know, if you, let's see if I can find so liquidity was staking, because there was a little graph. Anyway, there is of the whole amount of the BDX tokens. So all the interest they pay you with BDX, but you can very easily swap them for any other token that you'd like, even Bitcoin or Ethereum, if that's what you're into. And the thing is that of all the tokens that the platform has, 50% of all those tokens are allocated for staking rewards. And they do this so that you can get these crazy numbers so that they can attract more users. Of that 50% allocation towards rewards, there is 20% that are allocated for the first year. And that is a set number of tokens. So right now, because it's so early, there's a lot of tokens to be earned. And because there's a set number of them and they get distributed amongst the users, and the platform is so new, there's so little users, there's a very few number of them, then all these tokens are being distributed to very small number of people. So that means that every single individual right now is getting an obscene amount of tokens, pretty much. And that's how you, that's why these numbers are so big. As more people join in, the rewards will be distributed to more people, which you should expect the number, this 1,000 APR, to go down. That's what you should expect. At the same time, it's going to be interesting because if more people join in, the price of the BDX can go up as well. So, it will be interesting to see how this plays out. I want to show you something interesting about the pools. Like for me, I put some in the RBTC and BDX because I am very Bitcoin bullish. So I believe that, especially I locked mine for 5 years, and I'm very confident that in 5 years, Bitcoin is going to be worth a lot more than it is today. And because of what I explained of the BDX token and how it works, I believe that the BDX token, if the price of Bitcoin goes up, I would expect BDX to go up as well, because the collateral that the exchange uses is going to go up in value, and that extra value is going to flow to the BDX token, in theory, which I'm excited to see how this works in practice. But, and this is something that might interest you, because I was talking to my girlfriend, and this is what my girlfriend chose to do. She preferred using stablecoins. So for example, in this one, you can put half in euros, half in dollars, and you can get 2,300% if you lock your tokens for 10 years. So yes, you have to lock your money for 10 years to get this one, but you have pretty much no volatility because all your money will be in stablecoins. And even this one is euros and dollars, but if you go down, you have one that is 2 different dollar stablecoins. So if you just want to keep your money in dollars and pretty much not risk the volatility, you can still earn a pretty decent APR. Like this one, if you lock it for 5 years, you get 1,300% a year. That's insane. So I don't know, it's interesting, the possibilities. You will notice that the pools that have the most to earn are the ones that include the BDX token. Of course, that is not surprising. The platform wants to encourage people to get the BDX token and hold it for a long period of time. That, it makes sense. That's how they would want it to work. Anyway, I'll show you a little bit. If you could click to do this option, my staking, here you'll notice all your rewards will start to accrue of all the, you'll see all the times you deposit money into it. If you click the claim, you'll need to do a transaction. In the RSK, I think right now the transactions are around maybe $1, maybe less, depends on the time of the day. And now something that you need to be aware of is that when you hit the claim, this amount, so now I have 18 BDX. Each BDX is for like $3. So that's, it's not nothing. But when you click claim, only a 10% of this is gonna go straight to your wallet. Then there is a little percent that goes to the DEX, you know, so that they can buy more collateral and issue more stable coins and keep growing. And then another part of it gets locked. If you go here, you got the vesting schedule, and it gets locked away, and it's gonna free up slowly. It will take, I believe, 9 months for it to be fully unlocked, and then you can claim it. And basically this is done so that people don't like put a lot of money, then get all the rewards, then sell it and run away with the money. So it makes it a bit slower to get all your rewards in. So it's not immediate, but it is done this way to reward long-term investors and to deter people that are looking for a fast buck. So to me, I actually like this. I've been a part of a lot of DeFi projects, and it is a problem when people just go in, get a ton of rewards, and then sell it, lowering the price down, and then run away with the cash. So to me, this kind of system makes a lot of sense, and I'm actually happy that it's there because it gives the project more stability. And especially like I locked the money that I put in to try this out. I locked it for 5 years. So to me, I don't care that the rewards are not getting to me instantly. But like I said, 10% of it goes straight into your wallet. So you still get something straight away, not the whole thing. And if you go to the vesting schedule, you can check, and it tells you all the times that you claimed and how much they've been locked away. And you know, here, available rewards, this is how they will slowly be released. And once you have a good amount, you can hit the claim button and it will be deposited to your account. It's pretty easy, pretty straightforward. Now, I've been interacting with the website a lot, and I love it. It works amazingly. It flows. Everything is very responsive. To me, the team has done an amazing job, honestly. And I believe that stablecoins backed with Bitcoin is absolutely key to bring people into the ecosystem. A lot of people just don't like Bitcoin. They don't understand the volatility. They are scared of it, and they don't want to use it because of it. But giving them the opportunity to use stablecoins, but within the crypto ecosystem, and to gain all these insane rewards. Like I was talking to my girlfriend, and she was very happy that she didn't have to use Bitcoin to be a part of this. And she was telling me, like, in her bank, she gets maybe 1% interest a year. It's insane. It's you can't do anything with that. It's less than inflation. You're literally losing money every year. So anyway, I just wanted to bring a little bit of attention to this project. It is very new. It is experimental in its nature. Something like this has not existed before. So there is no, how can I say this? There is no guarantees, right? To me, I love the opportunity of being a part of the very beginnings of something like this, something like I think could be incredible. People, like I said before, people have been talking about Bitcoin-backed stablecoins for a long time, and now it's here. And to me, it's fascinating. So I have to say, before putting any money in, you should go to the docs section, inform yourself, read everything, make sure that you understand what you're getting into. But I think this is a project to keep in mind and see how it grows. It's very young, it's very early, but I am very excited about it, very, very much so. Anyway, that's it for now, and I hope I can make these kind of videos more often. I hope I can. There's a ton of things I've been looking into, tons of platforms, different blockchains, and I want to start making video, podcasts, and blogs about all of them, as a way to help others understand what I'm learning, and also as a way of potentially at some stage, that will help my CV to eventually, hopefully, get a job in the industry at some stage. That would be amazing. We'll see if it actually can be done or not. But this space, it has my attention hooked for a number of years now, and I honestly, I can't stop researching, reading, and trying things out. I think it's the most exciting thing happening in the world. So anyway, I'll leave you with that, and I'll see you in the next one. I hope this was helpful for you.